What's good, people? Paul Hauss here with another mixing video. The song is by Uganda's Bebe. The song is called TikTok, and let's hear the mixed version and the rough mix.
DJ Lil Stunner, Bebe Cool, Slick Stewart and round ya. Lil Stunner in a week. I'm in somewhere from a board. Put TikTok while you act like a boss. It is fun, of course, but in reality, are you really a boss? Abawala bakabiba baku TikTok, ebiboze byakabiba ku TikTok, omubuza chakola kugamba TikTok, tiki TikTok.
Now let's have a look at all those different files that I received. Let's start with the vocals.
Tiki TikTok. I followed a girl called Shantaisi. I never thought of taking it far.
Those are the drums right here. Then we've got the bass. Musical elements, there are a lot of them. And finally, some effects. Now let's switch over to the mixing window. And you can see all of my processing right here. I usually start with the drums. Now this is the kick. I used some R bass to boost the low frequencies and carved something out with EQ. You can hear before and after. Now I'm adding back in those other elements, carving out the low frequencies that I don't need, and also to make room for the bass. And here I'm adding a sidechain compressor to the drum loop, sidechain to the kick, so that the drum loop wouldn't get into the way of the kick drum. And as you can see on the following tracks, I'm carving out lots of low end from those other drum elements. And these are the drums all together. And on my drum bus, where I'm routing all of those individual drums to, I'm having a compressor in parallel and also a saturator. Now let's continue with the bass channel and all of those low frequencies. And I'm carving out a lot of lows and the finger bass, boosting some high mids. That's another finger bass. And this is the sub. And on the bass bus I'm having the drip plugin, which is saturation and distortion, so that you can hear the sub bass on all speakers. And also the sidechain compressor. Every time the kick hits, the bass ducks down, and a compressor. And you can hear the bass pumping with a sidechain compressor. And now let us tackle the vocals. And as you can see, I'm doing nothing on the individual vocal stems, besides panning here and there. All of the heavy lifting is done on the vocal bus. And as you can see, there's lots of processing for the vocals. Let's go through these plugins. First, an EQ. Then I have the RVox, which is a compressor. And the CLA vocals plugin, giving some effects, compression. Then there's the Soundtoys Micro Shift for width, a de-esser, tape emulation, and an EQ at the end. And I'm muting all of those different plugins so you can hear what they are doing. And there's just a slight difference, but if you turn off all of those plugins, there's a huge difference. Now I'm going to turn off all of those plugins. And back on. Now let's switch over to the musical elements and the music bus. As you can see, lots of EQ going on the individual files, getting rid of the frequencies that you don't want, boosting those frequencies that you need. And I also use the plugin called Track Spacer, and I sidechained this one to other stems so that the frequencies wouldn't interfere. I used the sample delay to get more width. And here's the music and solo. Some brass hits coming up. And also some more EQ. Lots of panning, as you can see. And also I created some sub-buses here for the pianos, guitars and some more voices with different processing. Track Spacer again, the CLA Unplugged plugin for the pianos. And for the guitars, some more EQ, getting rid of the low end. Another CLA plugin for guitars, and also Track Spacer again, routing to other channels. And here's with and without. And also I created some sub-buses for different elements such as effects, voices and such. But what is also really important is to go through the mix bus, which is on the master. You can see I have different plugins there, starting with an EQ for the master bus. Then again a compressor, doing some imaging, EQ, dynamic EQ, and also a limiter to get it louder. And there is this mixdown plugin by CLA, which I like, where you can get some more drive, some more compression, and EQ also. And at the end, a limiter and a loudness metering plugin, so I can see where I'm at. Okay guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this little insight, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.